Very good morning, everyone. A very good morning. Welcome to today's class. We are meeting after some time. I think it's about 1 week, is it 1.5 weeks? We are meeting. Okay, welcome back, everyone. I hope all of you are keeping fine, doing good. I hope you all had a nice break. Okay, so everybody, we continue with our Unit 3 work. Okay, in Unit 3, we have already completed topic number 12. Am I right? Topic 13, part 1 was also completed. Do you all remember that? Remember or don't remember? However, there are still past paper questions from topic 12 and topic 13 part 1 remaining to do, isn't it? We haven't completed all the questions yet. Okay, as we go along, I want to complete those questions. Right. So everybody, students online, let's do a quick revision on topic 13 part 1 and then we'll move on to part 2. Okay, in topic 13, guys, we spoke about two very emerging concepts in today's world, and those two were known as something known as virtualization and something known as containerization. Okay, we spoke about two emerging technologies in today's world. One was known as virtualization and one was known as containerization. Do you all remember anything? Can you open up part 1, everybody here? Can you all open up part 1? Okay, so when we spoke about virtualization, guys, anything that you remember about it? Anything that you remember about virtualization? Exactly, you can have multiple operating systems running on a single computer, isn't it? You can have multiple operating systems running on a single computer. So you have one set of hardware. You have one processor, one memory, one storage, one motherboard. But on that one set of hardware, you have multiple operating systems running. This was known as virtualization. Does anyone remember what do we call the program that makes virtualization possible? We had a program, for example, when you switch on the computer, either that program loads as soon as you switch it on, that's a brand name, or after it loads your operating system, it will then load and ask, okay, choose your operating system. What did we call that software that allows you to choose between operating systems? No. Each operating system is known as a virtual machine. What do you call the software that makes this possible for you to have separate operating systems on a single computer? Nobody remembers it? Look at, sorry? No, not bootloader. We spoke about something called hypervisor. Okay, we spoke about something known as a hypervisor. Your hypervisor is the software that makes it possible. As somebody told, yes, sorry, I'm sorry, online, Huda, you had told it. Just now I saw it. We were calling it a hypervisor. And do you guys remember the two types of hypervisors? There is one hypervisor at boot up itself, it asks you choose your operating system. There is another hypervisor. I played a video called Parallels. Parallels, for example, after it loads the Mac OS, it allows you to choose your operating system. Anyone remembers the name? The hypervisor that loads at boot up was called bare metal hypervisor. Everybody okay with this? The hypervisor where as soon as you switch on your computer, it tells you to choose your operating system is bare metal. The other one where, for example, Parallels is known as a, you had bare metal and you had, I forgot the name, no. You had bare metal and you had, I think it was called just normal hypervisor. I forgot the name. You had bare metal and you had, sorry. It was in my head right now, and give me a second, I'll tell you all the exact name. We had hosted hypervisor. Everybody, we had bare metal and we had hosted hypervisor. Okay, this is, you all need to know about the hypervisor, the two types you all don't need to know, but I remember mentioning it in class. Bare metal is where the hypervisor loads as soon as you switch on the computer. As soon as you switch on your server, as soon as you switch on your device, it asks you to choose your operating system. That is a bare metal hypervisor. The second one, like I showed you in a video called Parallels, where it loads the Mac OS. And then on Mac OS, you choose the operating system you want. That was known as a hosted hypervisor. Okay, right. Then guys, when it came to virtualization, guys, we had many types of virtualization. You remember anything? We had desktop virtualization where one server can contain many desktops. Is it clear? Like for example, in a computer lab, you can, what do you call the computers that connect to a server? We call them clients, right? You can have these not so powerful computers. In a computer lab, for example, you can have computers that are not so powerful. They get all their resources from where? They are getting all their resources from the server. Even their desktop is coming from the server. Is it clear? This is what we call desktop virtualization. We had another type of virtualization, which was storage virtualization. How does that work? How does storage virtualization work? Anyone remembers? You have a pool of storage devices. Okay, you have a variety of storage devices. Okay, they all get together and appear as a single storage device to you. Okay, guys, you all don't seem to be reading my note now. Here we spoke about it, guys. Look here. We spoke about desktop. We spoke about storage. Can everyone have a look at storage? This is what we are calling storage virtualization. Okay, you have multiple storage devices. They all are put together to appear as a single storage device. This was known as storage virtualization. Then we had the third one, network virtualization. You have networks from different areas brought together to appear as a single network. Everyone okay with this? Can you guys go through network virtualization? One physical network act like many separate networks, so it might even be the other way around. Many separate networks combine to appear as a single network. It can be both ways. Okay. Then guys, anyone remembers how containerization was working? What was containerization all about? So which one is bigger in file size? Virtualization or containerization? Because each VM has its own. You all told me virtualization is much bigger, takes longer to load than containerization. Because every VM has its own what? Has its own operating system, right? Every VM has its own operating system. The moment every VM has its own operating system, its file size is going to be very big. Is it clear? And remember, every VM will work only on a specific device. So portability is very low. You guys remember this? We had a table over here. Where is it? This table over here. We had a table over here. We spoke about the differences between virtual machines and containerization. What can you all tell me about containerization? Guys, this is something we completed last time. So I don't want to go through every single detail. I want to start part 2 today. What can you all tell me about containerization? It is an application that is built in with all its, not storage. I'll give you guys an example. Everybody look here below. All of you all, when you're going to apply for visa, boys, everyone look here below. Let's say, for example, you're going to apply for visa to go to London, for example, to go to the UK. So you go to the visa office, or you go to the embassy to apply for visa. And you guys know they're going to ask you a variety of documents, isn't it? They're going to ask you a huge load of documents. Give this, give that, this document, that document, prove this, prove that, isn't it? When you go to apply for visa, they're going to ask you for lots and lots of documents. And sometimes, guys, the documents that they ask her will be different from the documents that they ask me. Isn't it? We all would have had this experience. Sometimes when you go to a government office to apply for a government facility, they ask so many documents, guys. Like the documents that they ask one person, something else they might ask from somebody else. So imagine this. Imagine you're going to the embassy with all the documents that they could ever ask for. You get it? Imagine you're going to the UK embassy in Sri Lanka with all the documents that the embassy would ever ask from you. You get it? Whatever they ask from you, you have that document. You get it? You can compare this to containerization. Containerization simply means what? The application is built with all its dependencies in it, with all its settings in it, with all the requirements in it. So it can run on any computing environment. Did you guys get my point? I'm repeating myself again. Containerization is what? It's like, imagine a container. Inside the container, you have the application, and with that application, you have all the requirements it would need to run on any computing environment. Is it clear? So no matter what type of computing environment it deals with, the application will be able to run. Everybody okay with this? Does this make sense to you all? Think about it like going to apply for visa. We all know applying for visa, how difficult. Every time you go, they ask for a different document. And then you have to come back and process a document. 2-3 days goes, isn't it? But imagine you go to the embassy with all the documents that they could ever ask for. Whatever they ask for, you have it with you. Everybody okay with this? The same applies to containerization. The application is built with all the dependencies, all the settings, all the requirements, so it can run on any computing environment. Are we good? Right. Then guys, I'm going to move on to the next part where we spoke about distributed systems. Haven't we spoken about distributed systems somewhere else also? Where did we speak about it? When we're talking about servers, meaning we're talking about databases, right? In topic 12, when we are talking about databases, we spoke a little bit about distributed systems, where we don't put all the data on one server, because that would cause a lot of traffic. It would have low availability. It would have low fault tolerance, isn't it? So we have spoken about distributed systems in topic 12 also, where the same data is stored across multiple servers. And that brings about a lot of advantages. Can you guys look at the advantages over here? Everyone have a look at the benefits of a distributed system. Faster performance, okay? Scalability, you can add and reduce devices without affecting your network. High fault tolerance, high availability. These were some of your benefits of distributed systems, okay? Then guys, can you have a look at the drawbacks? Okay, setting it up is difficult and expensive. Maintaining it can be very complex, okay? Can you guys go through this? It can lead to data inconsistencies. Right guys, I have already 20 minutes have gone here. We are now going to move on to part 2. Okay, I feel like many of you have forgotten a lot of things over here. Okay, everybody, can we now move on to part 2? Guys, girls, everybody, can we move on to part 2? So guys online, I'm about to share part 2 with you all. And I think I have to give you all an assignment with regard to part 1. Otherwise, it's not going to be good for us. Guys online, can you all take part 2? So part 2 is so different from part 1 and from topic 12. Okay, part 2 is going to be completely something else. Right. So can we all open it up? Everybody, can we all open it up, please? Guys, you'll have your writing books and your pencils, pens, all that with you all, right? Right, everybody, we are going to move on to, we are continuing with topic 13, enabling technologies. Okay, now we're going to move on to something we have never dealt with before. Even in AS level, we never dealt with such a topic before. Okay, now we're going to move over there. Right, can everybody come down to page number 4? Guys, girls, everybody, page number 4, please. Page number 4, we are talking about something called human-computer interaction. You don't need to read the description right now. The topic itself tells you what? Human-computer interaction. That topic itself tells you something, isn't it? We are going to be learning about how humans interact with the computer system, and how can that interaction be made smooth, made easy, made pleasurable. Everybody okay with it? So the topic itself tells you what we are going to talk about. Right? Can everybody go through the first paragraph now? So what does HCI deal with? Human computer interaction. What does it deal with? So everyone read it and focus on those bold words, okay? So it's one part of IT and it focuses on how users communicate, interact. Vasant, are you with me? Okay, with computer systems. Everyone okay with this? Right. Keep reading it, guys. The aim of HCI, through HCI, what are we trying to achieve? Ikram, you don't have your tute with you. Come and take it. Everyone have part 2 with you, all right? Okay, the aim of HCI is what? To allow users to easily and effectively complete tasks in order to meet whatever their requirements are. Everybody okay with this? Think of we'll take a very simple example, guys. Think about an ATM machine. When you go and use an ATM machine, do you feel frustrated or do you feel it was an extremely easy, smooth experience? Think about it and see. Okay, maybe some of you have never used an ATM machine. Think about a website that you have used. Think about Uber Eats. Think about Uber. Think about PickMe. Sometimes the app looks great, but using it can be very frustrating. Okay, so we're going to focus on 2 areas now. One is called user interface. You know what user interface means? User interface is what you see on the screen. Boys are looking here. What you see on the computer system is your user interface. How you feel about using that user interface is known as your user experience. Did we understand that, everybody? There are 2 different words here. User interface is what you see. What you see is your user interface. How you feel when you use it is your user experience. Everybody in your mind, is that settled? Okay, one of you all. Okay. Can you guys read it to yourselves now? Everybody, can you all read it to yourselves now? Okay, can everyone read it to yourselves? Okay, so user experience refers to the extent to which users find computer systems enjoyable. You don't feel tired, you don't feel stressed, you don't feel angry, you don't feel confused. Guys, I don't want to go through this example again, it will take a long time. Do you all remember when we were learning data silos? I used booking.com, I used Salamia, and we did an entire booking and it was very smooth. Do you all remember? We knew exactly what's happening. We know exactly what we are being charged. Do you all remember these examples? I don't want to go. It takes time for me to go through those. But do you all remember, right? We didn't have any problem with understanding what's happening. It was very smooth. Okay, that's what we call your user experience. You feel you're in control. You know exactly what's happening. Okay, right. Keep reading it, guys. Resulting in high levels of user satisfaction. Okay. Guys, have you all used the Dialogue, My Dialogue app? I always use this example. It's an app. When you open, it looks pretty good. But how is the user experience with it? Horrible, right? Forever it gets stuck. Unable to load, suddenly it crashes. It's one of the most frustrating apps for me here. Okay, app looks good, nice colors, big fonts, it looks pretty good. User interface looks good. But when you actually use it, you get so annoyed with it. Everybody agree with me? This is a classic example of user interface and user experience. Okay, lovely interface, horrible experience. Okay, right, keep reading it, guys. Guys online, everyone with me, right? The user interface is one of the key parts of this experience, obviously, in terms of how engaging it is and how it helps the user to complete their tasks effectively. Okay, now read the last paragraph. Everybody, Ikram, all of you, last paragraph, what does it say? A superb, an awesome, appealing user interface alone does not guarantee good experience. My Dialogue is a good example of this. Things can look good, but users can feel horrible when they use it. Okay? Right. Then, guys, under human computer interaction, we have now learned 2 words. What were the 2 words? UI and UX. Are we okay with that? Under when it comes to human and computer interaction, deal with your UI, deal with your UX. Now keep moving. Usability. Usability means what? How easy easy to use this system. Everybody okay with it? That's all. Usability means how easy is it to use. Read it. It is important to ensure that a user can interact with the product and achieve their goals with ease. Shall we highlight that? Interact with the product. Interact with the product and achieve their goals with ease. Okay, guys, think about Uber. Booking a taxi on Uber, very straightforward, right? You put your drop location. No, you open the app. Yeah, you put your you open Uber. You first choose the service you want. Then you put your drop location. Then you choose the type of vehicle you want, and then you do the booking. Very, very easy to use. Okay, right. So usability can be influenced by many factors such as how fast is the app responding to you, how simple is it? Do this, then do that, then do that, then do that, finished. Okay, Uber is maintaining it, PickMe is maintaining it. They have a very straightforward process. Everybody knows what to do. Okay, can everyone go through this? This is what we call usability. So can everyone read this example? I have already given you an example, but can I also read this? By the way, I can't open up this example, guys. I have to sign in and I have to do a booking. But Ryanair, everyone know what Ryanair is, right? It's one of the airlines. Okay, like you have Sri Lanka Airlines. Ryanair is another one. So according to ChatGPT and many other websites, they have given the sources over here. Their UI is excellent. Very nice, lots of colors, buttons, shapes. It looks awesome. But the experience, what do they say? Hidden fees. You know what hidden fees are? Without informing you, you're being charged for so many things. Okay, this really upsets people, right? When they come to the checkout and they see a higher price, how did this higher price come? Isn't it? Hidden fees, misleading drop downs, okay? Confusing extras like baggage or insurance add-ons during checkout that annoy users and reduce trust. So an example of excellent UI, horrible UX is Ryanair's booking platform. Okay, another one I gave you was My Dialogue. Okay, right. Keep reading it, guys. Then next, guys, after we had user interface, user experience, usability, next we come down to consistency. You know what consistency means? Don't even read it. What does consistency mean? If I tell you, you have been very consistent this term, what does it mean? It doesn't necessarily mean perform. It means you have always been at the same level. You have always been performing the same, isn't it? So guys, when designing a website, guys, it's important, not designing a website, when designing any computer system, it's very important you be consistent in your fonts, in your colors. You get my point? In terms of where you place buttons, without looking at, just look at me, everybody. When you go onto a website, typically, where do you find the sign in button? Where would you expect to find the sign in button? Top, left or right? Center? Yeah, top right. Everyone agree with that? We all expect sign in, log out to be in the top right. Isn't it, guys? Okay. So when you're designing a website, ensure that your sign in button is also in the same place. I'll give you guys another example. What are the standard colors of Coca-Cola? Red and white. Do you know their font? It's a, I don't know the exact font name, but it's a cursive font, right? So even if they don't write Coca-Cola and if they write something else and put black and red there, automatically you know this is Coca-Cola because that's the color and that's the font that they always use. You get it, guys? Think about PickMe, guys. They have a kind of a brightish yellow, right? With a black color icon, isn't it? They always use those colors. That is what you call consistency. You're not confusing the customer. You're not confusing your audience. Everybody okay with that? Okay, so be consistent across your application. Okay, can you guys read that? While you all are reading, can you also just pay attention to me? Microsoft package has what? Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access. When you open them up, guys, they all carry out different functionalities. But isn't their user interface all the same? They all have the ribbon, isn't it? And in that ribbon, they all have tabs. Inside every tab, you have groups. Across all of them, the save button is the floppy disk. Across all of them, zoom in, zoom out is in the bottom right. You get it, guys? That's what you call consistency. So any Microsoft product you use, you basically know where the options are. You know, zoom in, zoom out will always be in the bottom right. Isn't it? You always know they have a ribbon. And if you want, you can minimize that ribbon. This is what you call consistency. Okay? Right. You guys read it now. So if you all can highlight words that will make it easy for you to immediately understand what it means, that will be good. Okay? Presented in the same way across different parts of the system. Okay? So this helps the user to predict what will happen in different contexts. So we all know, no matter what system we use, we know login, logout, where it will be. Okay? I'll give you guys a good example and a bad example. Okay? Did you all read it first? Certain examples I'll be taking it very Chrome. Certain examples I'll be taking it multiple times. Were never resolved. Yeah. Okay. So everybody, every single time, I know me and Ikman have a very close connection. So guys, you look at Ikman, guys, very consistent. Okay. So if I come and they ask you very clearly, looking for something, choose by category, chat, login. It's very, very straightforward. So say, for example, if I go to vehicles also, you can see throughout the page, consistency is being maintained. Okay, you have a variety of ads. Every single ad follows the same layout. Everybody okay with this? It's a very simple, easy to understand interface over here. Everyone okay with this? Now let's go to the bad example of consistency. Where is it? This particular website. I'll be using this example again. What do you think about the? Okay, this is not a. This is I think a what do you call? Norway. What do you call something that belongs to Norway? Norwegian. This is a Norwegian whatever. Okay, you're like you do not know where to look. Things are all over the place. Okay, so if you open an ad also, if you look over here, this is like really confusing. It's taking time to load also. So responsiveness is also poor. Like what do you look at here? Okay, which side do you look at? This is like pretty horrible. Okay, right. Yeah, Norwegian. Okay, right. Then guys, girls, can you guys have a look at this particular website? You all told me, no, websites have a standard, this thing, the menu is at the top, sign in, sign out is there, isn't it? Menu is on the left-hand side. It's a standard approach, right? All websites have that, maintain that. Check this site out. You do not know, I mean, normally, this is actually a menu. It looks like a text box, right? It is actually a menu, but it looks like a text box. And over here, they have pause and, I mean, it's a complete mess over here. Everybody saw it's like a very beginner has, and here hyperlinks over here, background is confusing. Okay, so this is an example of poor consistency. What do you call it? This is an example of poor consistency. Login is over here. Okay, which is somewhere you would never expect to see it. Okay, right. Right, can you guys keep reading it? Feedback and communication. Don't read it. What do you think that means? Feedback and communication. You guys are doing it right. I mean, in A2, you all are doing it. For what? Guys, you'll have an exam coming next week. Tomorrow again is holiday. Next week, next Friday, I'm giving you all an exam. We don't use the exact same words, but I have told you all, when you are creating what, ensure it is user friendly. And we spend so much of time trying to make it user friendly. Forms. When creating forms, We try our level best to make it user friendly, right? That's what you call feedback and communication. When the user makes a mistake, tell him what mistake has he made. You get it? Or for example, tell the user what to put into a field. You get it? Okay, that's what you call feedback and communication. Okay. Exam paper is on practical. Friday. Now tomorrow is holiday. Next Friday we'll have a database exam. Okay. Right. Can everyone read feedback and communication? Providing feedback to users is crucial for maintaining a clear and meaningful communication channel between the system and the user. Everybody okay with this? Feedback can be in many forms. You know what are visual cues? You can see something. Okay, for example, it might put a red color error message in front of you. You see something. Or it can be a sound cue. Sound cue means what? You hear an error message. Haptic means what? You feel something. It vibrates, for example. You get it? Okay. We will be learning these in detail. Visual, sound, haptic, or we call it auditory. We'll be learning these in detail. Keep reading it. It is important to ensure that the user understands the outcome of their actions. Okay, some websites, what do? They'll put a thumbs up. That means successfully submitted. Or they'll put a happy face. You get it? They make it very clear to you on what's happening on the system. Are we all good? Okay, providing meaningful error messages if a mistake has been made. Everyone okay with this? Guys, how did you all register for your exams? Platinum office did it, or you all had to do it? Platinum did it. I wanted to ask you all, how was the experience if you all did the registration? Was it straightforward? Was it simple? Okay, right. Then can we move on to the next one? Efficiency. What is efficiency? Guys, what is the meaning of efficiency? How can I say if a student is efficient? Outcome, no. The way they do everything. Okay, I'll give you a simple example to make your answer possible. Boys, a person took 1 hour to drive 10 kilometers. Another person took five minutes to drive 10 kilometers. Who is more efficient? The one who took 5 minutes. Now put it into words and tell me, what does efficiency mean? Completing tasks in a shorter period of time, isn't it? Efficiency is all about using minimum resources, maximum productivity, isn't it? Efficiency is all about doing more things in a shorter period of time. Okay, so similarly, guys, when you're using a computer system, try your level best to design that system in such a way where users can complete your tasks in a very short time. So from the top of your head, what do users offer to increase efficiency? Not users mean, what do developers offer to increase efficiency? Developers want to make the app efficient for you to be able to complete your tasks in a short period of time. So what do they offer you? No features you can think of? Dialog has a really cool feature in terms of this. Every month I have to pay my phone bill. I use SLT and I use Dialog. SLT, every month I pay my phone bill, I have to enter all my card details. Dialog allows me to save my card details. So I just choose the card, check out. Daraz has the same thing. You can save multiple cards on Daraz. Uber has the same thing. You can save multiple cards. So you just choose your card and you check out. That's efficiency. Go on. What else? All of you all are using Access, but I have never seen any of you all do it. When you all use your computer, how do you all minimize time? For example, when you all were using Sublime Text, what did Sublime Text give you to save on time? Predictive text, auto suggestions, autofill. Right. Anything else? Shortcut keys. What about shortcut keys? Shortcut keys also offer efficiency, right? Isn't it? Okay, right. Can you guys read it now? Okay, so these are factors that you must consider in human-computer interaction: the user interface, the user experience, efficiency, consistency, okay, usability. There are so much more we are going to go through. Okay, things that you must consider when dealing with human-computer interaction. So for efficiency, guys, we can highlight quickly minimal effort. Okay. Then, guys, we have another one called learnability. Can users easily learn this system? Have you guys noticed when you log into Google Classroom for the first time, what does it do? I don't know if you all noticed it. When you log into Google Classroom for the first time, it will show you how to submit an assignment, how to check your assignments, isn't it? When you log into Google Classroom for the first time, it shows you how to use the system. That's what you call learnability. Learnability is how easy is it to learn this system. Okay, can everyone read it? Clear and concise instructions, short instructions. Okay, it should be easy for users to learn. Boys, everybody okay with this? Enabling a user to quickly get started with using a system, particularly core functionality. Okay. Right. Then next, guys, we have something called accessibility. What is accessibility all about, boys? Remember, when you're developing a system, whether it's a website, an app, whatever it is, remember all sorts of users will be using it. So don't discriminate. Don't build a system where only people with all 5 sense organs can use it. Remember, there might be some who cannot see properly, who cannot hear properly, who might not have fingers with them. Okay, so ensure your system is accessible to all users. Some maybe they might not be able to speak the language that you have developed the system in. So provide them with an option where they can translate it. Okay, that's what we call accessibility. You're ensuring that your system, your IT product is accessible by all sorts of users. Can you guys read it now? Okay, ensuring that the interface is accessible to all users. Okay, so you allow them to change the color, the font size, keyboard navigation, compatibility with screen readers for those who cannot see properly. Okay, generally apps have these features, right? Generally most apps, you can adjust the font size, you can go into dark mode, isn't it? These basic features are provided to you. If you take Sublime Text also, they have these features. You can change the theme, the font color, the font size. Okay, shall we keep moving? Next, guys, we have something called flexibility and customization. Y'all know what that means? Users should be able to modify the app based on their requirements. They should be able to customize it based on their requirements. But be careful over here. You should balance it. Giving them too many things to modify can lead to what? Can lead to confusion. Allowing them to modify every single aspect of the app can lead to a lot of confusion. So balance it out. Identify the most important features. Allow them to modify only those, like font size, theme, contrast, basic things. Don't want to give them too much of customization and you will confuse the users. Can you guys go through that? Flexibility and customization. Can everyone go through it? Providing users with options to customize the interface according to their preferences. Okay, so generally all apps have this. Okay, the size of the font, the background color, the color mode. Okay. Shortcut keys, certain apps will allow you to put your own shortcut keys, isn't it? Okay. But sometimes when you give them too much of customization, you confuse the user. Okay. So everybody, can you guys read these examples with me? Interfaces with a good balance of customization. These are my own notes. If you want, I can just put example. Take Spotify here. So Spotify, it allows users to create their own playlist, change the themes, and adjust playback settings. Playback settings means what? Do you want the playlist to go in shuffle order or normal order? Do you want to fast forward? Do you want to go back? Then the playback speed, you know what playback speed is, right? 1x, 2x, 2.5x, whatever. Those are basic things that users will require. Everybody okay with that? That's what it allows the users to modify or customize it. Okay. The options feel empowering, but they are not too many. Most users can enjoy the app without tweaking much. If you take Google Chrome also, they allow the users to modify the theme, change the fonts, things like that. Okay. Apple iOS also, the iPhone home screen, they allow you to put widgets, they allow you to move the icons, things like that. And that's more than enough for a user. Okay. But then there are certain interfaces where they allow the users to do too many things, and this actually confuses the user. Everyone okay with this? So if you take, for example, the Microsoft Suite, just think about this now, guys. You all have been using computers almost from the day you all have been born. So for you all are used to seeing clutter. But for many users, this is like too many options. Like, what is this? Where do I go? What do I do? It's like way too many options for them. You get it, guys? Okay. So this is an example of where flexibility and customization is way too much. Okay. Now, if I want, guys, I can control the groups that appear on this ribbon. Okay. So for certain users, that is way too much of customization. Okay. Then I have given you also some other examples. Adobe Photoshop also. You have a toolbar on the left. You have further tools on the right. You have a menu on the top. You have options below that. It's like too many things for a user to deal with. For a professional, okay. But for an average user, that's way too many options for them. Okay. Can you guys read Adobe Photoshop? Professional level customization with endless panels, toolbars, settings. Beginners get lost in complexity here. Okay. Then guys, aesthetics. Can everyone read aesthetics? This is a bit difficult to explain, but I'm going to use the same example I used earlier again. Read it, guys. Aesthetics refers to the appreciation of how pleasing something is to look at it. Again, guys, think about Ikman versus that Norwegian site. Ikman was like your eyes feel relaxed when you look at Ikman, isn't it? The ads are neatly arranged. There's a clear title. Price is there. Photographs are all the same size. You have your filters on the left hand side. You have your login on the top right. It's very pleasing to look at. And then when you look at the Norwegian site, it's like so much of information. You don't know where to look. Isn't it? Everybody okay with this? Can you read it? While this can be subjective, a visually appealing design can positively affect the user experience. You know what something subjective means? They say, for example, sorry, everyone has a different opinion. Okay, what looks good to you will not look good to somebody else, isn't it? The vehicle that you like, not everybody else will like, isn't it? Okay, so they say subjective. From person to person, it varies. Okay. So when it comes to aesthetics, guys, you need to consider the color scheme, visual hierarchy. We'll be spending time on visual hierarchy. Okay. Okay. We'll be spending time over there and the overall look and feel of the interface. Okay. There's another example I wanted to give you. I'll bring it up later, but you can very much understand when you look at this, where everything is neatly organized versus this. It's a complete mess over here. You do not know where to look. Okay, everybody. Shall we just go through the top again, guys? What are we talking about? What is our topic here? HCI. HCI is human computer interaction. What is the aim or objective of HCI? To make the interaction for users with a computer system easy, enjoyable, smooth, fast, all these good things. We want the user to have a pleasant experience with the computer system. So what are the factors you need to consider? I give you so many factors. If you guys can give me about 6 factors, let's start. What are the factors you must consider? Feedback, responsiveness and feedback. The user needs to know what's happening. Keep the user informed about what's happening. So give feedback, give what you call, communication and feedback. Okay, right. Something else? Consistency. Appear the same always. Keep the buttons in places users would expect to find them in. Okay, next. 1 minute. Boys over there. So we said feedback and communication, consistency, usability. Make it easy to use. Something else? Accessibility. It should be accessible for all sorts of users. Okay, even if they can't understand English, they should be able to use it. Even if they cannot see properly, they should be able to use it. Even if they cannot hear properly, they should be able to use it. Go on. Customization. Provide them with customization, but not too much. Balance it out. Too much of customization, you'll mess up the user's mind. Something else? Learnability. Learning the app or learning the system should not be difficult for users. Provide on-screen instructions. Okay, guide them. Have what you call tutorials. Everybody okay with this? Right. These 6 are good enough. Okay. Right. Then guys, shall we keep moving? Implementing human-computer interaction. We're going to break it into 3 categories. Everybody, can you go through this? Guys, you all read that? I want to ask you all something. I hope the speakers work properly.
I always like to come out here and I like to talk about how much we have in common more than we are different. And it doesn't matter what you. I always like to come out here.
I want to show a video, but last time when I enabled sound, I had a problem. If you all cannot hear me, let me know, okay? Check this out. Okay, just now I started it. Okay, right, here we go.
I always like to come out here and I like to talk about how much we have in common more than we are different. And it doesn't matter what your politics are, it doesn't matter your race or religion. Here at the Ellen Show, we all come together as one, except for the people in the riffraff room. They're separate. But they're happy. They just didn't get tickets in time. They're happy. But there are still things that divide us, and today I want to talk about the biggest controversy since this dress. Do you remember this? All right, now, I personally see a gold and white dress. How many people see a gold and white?
Gold and white. All of you all see gold and white? What color do you see? You see blue and white. Blue and black. You're weird. Goswami, what color do you see? Blue and black. Ikram? Blue and black. Blue and blue. Blue and brown and blue. What color do you see? Blue and black. Blue and black, girls. This one. Blue and black. Blue and yellow. Nice. Girls, how about you? What color do you all see? Huh? What color do you all see? Guys, I'm not lying, but I see gold and white. That's why I came there and saw. I'm seeing gold and white, just like he said. You see gold, you see white. Guys online, what color are you all seeing? Guys online, what color are you all seeing? This particular dress over here. So here majority is saying blue and black. Gold and white. Aisha, same. I see gold and white. Gold and white. Blue and black. Joel. Ilham, you also blue and black. Okay. Sorry. Okay, right. So I mean, I don't know. So it varies from user to user. Okay. I actually see white and gold. These are white. Can you see my cursor? These are white. What color do you all see here? You all see blue here. What blue? Dark blue or light blue? Light blue, right? At least, come on. And what color do you see here? Black. What color do you see? Somebody wearing it? No, I think so. I see gold over here. Okay, it's a bit dark gold. Yeah, it's a bit light gold. Anyway.
Okay. All right. How many people say a blue and white dress? Just screaming doesn't make more of you. It just an arm up helps. All right. How many of you have heard of this?
Blue and black was not even considered. You guys saw something? Okay, check this out. Now this is to do with audio, okay? This is to do with audio.
Anything, okay? All right. Not the comedy duo. They stopped touring years ago. The old Yanny and Laurel. All right, I'm talking about the viral sound that is tearing the nation apart. Listen carefully to this, and then you're going to tell me if you hear Laurel or Yanny.
Laurel, 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 Laurel.
Okay, how many people hear Laurel?
Anyone heard Laurel? Nobody heard Laurel, right? Guys online, anyone heard Laurel? Online, nobody, right? Okay, I think we're all on the same page this time. But listen to her show.
How many people hear Yanny? Again, yelling does not make more of you. You still are not as many people as the correct people, which are Laurel.
So she heard Laurel, she says.
It is Laurel. It's Laurel. Now, Laurel. It's so easy. It's Laurel. So more of you hear Laurel. The people who hear Yanny, I'm going to have to ask you to leave because it's crazy, though, isn't it? I mean, we can hear the exact same thing and then hear something completely different. How many of you have husbands and you tell them to take the trash out and put the dishes away and they hear, have a beer and take a nap? Totally same thing, and yet they hear it. So this morning, I heard something that blew my mind even more. Okay, I'm going to play a clip. Listen carefully to this. All right.
You got it? Gunshot. Listen carefully.
This. All right.
Got it? What did they say?
Now I'm going to play a different clip.
The juice of lemons makes fine punch.
Now,
got that?
I'm going to play the first clip you heard. It's like a horror movie, isn't it? Clearly you can hear the juice. The juice of lemons, right? Makes fine punch. At first you just hear static, but then the brain knows what to listen for, and then you hear it. Apparently it comes down to pitch and the power of suggestion, and I think that's a good lesson to remember because, you know, there are times that we're going to disagree, and it doesn't matter who's right and who's wrong, and what makes you better is really listening to somebody else as long as they hear Laurel. I'm going to randomly point to someone.
No, it goes a bit off this thing. So sometimes, guys, arguing with people is pointless. Okay, it's like us arguing over their dress. No matter how much we argue, you're going to say it's blue and black. I'm going to say it's white and gold. It's just the way we are seeing it. Okay. Right. Anyway, can we move forward, guys? Can we move on to the next part? Implementing HCI. Guys, girls, all of y'all, can we come down over there? Where is it? Yeah. So, guys, when it comes to implementing HCI, we're going to break it down into 3 categories. Visual, what do users see? Audio, what do users hear? And haptic, what do users feel? Okay, right. Can you guys keep moving? So visual HCI, guys, can you all read it first? Can everyone read it? Read visual HCI below. Okay, so we have a natural and powerful visual perception. You know what visual perception means? Do we associate meaning to colors? So red color means what? Alert, danger. Doesn't it also mean love? What color is a rose? What color is Valentine's Day? Okay, so red color is also used for love. It is also used for danger, warning. Okay, so normally on the road, guys, if they have to give you a warning sign, they would use red color. In a vehicle, you have various symbols on the dashboard now. The crucial ones, the ones that you have to immediately deal with, appear in red. You get it, like seat belt, it appears in red. Okay, so if we have meanings associated to colors, isn't it? Then, for example, what do you call eco-friendly? Generally, what colors do they use? They would use green. Okay, hospitals normally to emphasize on purity, not red. They use blue and white, right? Mostly to emphasize on purity, cleanliness, and all. They use blue and white. So colors also have their own meaning. Everybody okay with this? When we see certain colors, we automatically understand what it means. Okay, right. Keep reading. That's what I mean by visual perception. Okay, right. Keep reading it, guys. At a basic level, this may rely on simple text instructions, but effective visual HCI will make use of a wider variety of visual elements. At a basic level, guys, you can use text to communicate, but at a higher level, you can use more than text to communicate a message to the user. Everybody okay with this? Have you all heard about this? A picture that speaks 1,000 words. Have you all heard that? Sometimes a single picture can tell you so many things, isn't it? And sometimes what you understand from a picture and what I understand from a picture can be so different. Everybody okay with this? Okay, so I had some examples I showed last time. What was it? So for example, you just put a picture like this and it tells you so much. You understand what this first picture means? What does it mean? Sorry? What does the first picture mean? Is there any Donald Trump? See what he perceived it as. This one picture can be put into one word, which is betrayal. Okay, but another thing you can say is by him putting him down, what's going to happen to him? He's also going to go down, isn't it? Okay. Sometimes you don't realize you're standing up because of somebody else. Even though you hate that person, you're actually standing up on 2 feet because of that person. What about the next picture? The next picture shows you 2 different intentions, right? The tree wants goodness for the man. The man wants to harm the tree. Isn't it? 2 different intentions. I saw a picture that might What about this picture? Can you all see what's happening over there? Yeah, flower bouquet in the dustbin. What does that mean? Sorry? What does that tell you? Is it something that makes you happy or sad? It's a sad picture, right? Something went wrong here. Somebody got upset here, isn't it? Then this picture, oh, its quality is horrible. What does this tell you? Practice makes perfect. You fail until you make it. Okay? Yeah. I don't remember what this picture was. Oh, this is another picture. Tragedy. Okay, right. Can you guys read it now? Everybody read it. Design element. Everybody can you read it? There are a number of visual design elements that can be used to help ensure an effective interface. Okay? Effective interface means whatever it is that you want to carry out is being carried out. So number one, controlling your layout. Can you guys read it? I'll load the example. The way that elements such as buttons, menus, and content are arranged on screens can affect how the screen is interpreted and perceived. The way you arrange objects can affect the way users deal with your system. Everybody okay with this? So can you all read the example I have given you all? Read the example I have given you all. Some users may assume, may perceive, may understand that items placed at the top are very important. You get it? And things that are right at the bottom are not so important. And normally that's the case, isn't it? Everybody, that's the case normally. Like terms and conditions will be right at the bottom. Buy now will be right at the top in a big font, in a big button. Isn't it? Okay. So number one is when it comes to visual HCI is the layout, the way you arrange your objects. Okay, you all read it. While you all read this, guys, after have a look here. So guys, look at this. Example of a good layout, very logical. You have your main heading, you have your key content, and then you have your supporting information. This is a bad layout. Things are all over the place. Your heading is small, then you have some banner, then you have some content with ads and links. Everybody okay with this? So another good example I have for you all is, I'll give you all a good example and a bad example. This is Google search engine. Very straightforward. You know what to do. Search over there. That's it. Okay. Very straightforward. Give me another search engine. You all know Yahoo is also a search engine. Look at Yahoo's interface. If you look at Yahoo's interface, it's a search engine, but the search bar is hardly noticeable. You have so many other things happening over here. Everybody okay with it? So this is an example of a simple layout. Google is an example of a very simple, straightforward layout, and Yahoo is an example of a chaotic layout. You have so many things happening over here. The user doesn't know where to focus on. Sometimes you come to search for something over here, and then you get distracted with this news, isn't it? But that doesn't happen with Google. Everybody okay with this? Sounds good? Right. I have another example, you know, something called Craigslist. You all know about Craigslist? It's another, what do you call? It's an older version of Ikman. It's a very old website. So when you open it up, guys, you can find so many things over here. This is their layout. Okay. This is just the beginning only. Keep watching. Say, for example, you want to find a computer. We'll say, now you open this. It goes into something like this. Like you do not know where to look, what to open. You have so many things happening over here. Everybody okay with this? This is an example of poor layout. Okay. Right. Can you guys keep reading it? Next, you have color. Effective use of color can be used to convey information, emphasize elements. Is it a warning? Is it friendly? Okay. Is it danger? Okay. And create a visually cohesive design. Color can create a sense of identity. Didn't we speak about this? Using colors, you can create a sense of identity. Think about Uber, think about Pick Me. They have standard colors that they use. When you see those colors, even if their brand name is not there, you know what the company is. Isn't it, guys? When you see black and red or white and red, you know it's Coca-Cola. Okay? Everybody okay with this? When you see yellow and red, what comes to mind? If I put a big W, yellow color with a red color background even, McDonald's comes to your mind, right? Immediately you think about McDonald's. Okay? Guys, do you all know the company that does all this? Google, right? Agree with her or disagree with her? All this is owned by Google? No, right? Yes or no? Shall I change your mind? Not everything. You sure? Android, okay. This we don't know. Gmail, yes. Google Plus, yes. Map, I don't know what this is. This is Maps. This is, I don't know, YouTube. This is Picasa, I think it was. Okay. Shall I change your mind? Play Store, Google Docs, Contacts. What else? I'll change your mind now. Now, what do you think? This is Google for sure. We don't need to think even twice, isn't it? So with colors, you can really control people's thoughts. Okay, so the moment you all saw this, you didn't even think twice. This is definitely Google's, isn't it? Okay, so Google did a complete rebranding of their products, and they use their standard colors to make it easy for users to immediately identify them. This is confusing. Okay, this is confusing, while this is pretty standard. Okay. All right, can you guys read it? Everybody read it below. Boys, can you all read typography? The fonts that you use. Can you all just look at me and tell me what are we talking about? Visual HCI. We're talking about implementing HCI. We broke it into 3 categories. What were the 3? Visual HCI, auditory HCI, and haptic. Right now we're talking about the visual side. How do you implement HCI through visuals? So what do we talk about? The layout, where you arrange items, colors. Now we're talking about typography, the fonts that you use. Okay. Do you all agree fonts can convey a message? Agree? Shall I give you a real life example? So everybody, if I type this like this, no, this is 1 second. This font is too babyish, no? But if I go with a font like, it was a nice font. Okay, something like this, it means, oh, so sweet. Okay, I don't know. But if I were to change this to, what was that font called? No. It was on my mind just now, man. Just now it was on my mind. If I were to, so this is the sweet one. I forgot that name. What about this? This is Chiari. This is a threat, isn't it? Okay, this is a threat. So fonts can also convey a message. Your typography can convey a message. Okay. Right. Everyone, did you all read it? Yes, boys, everybody, for about 15 minutes, we'll do this and then we'll go back to our past paper questions. Okay. Right, everybody, can you come down to the next visual cue that you can use in your interface, images and icons. Can you guys go through it? The inclusion of relevant images, icons, and other visual cues can help recognition and provide a more engaging user experience. Okay. Including images is helpful in many ways. So, for example, instead of having a paragraph about a company's performance, you can put a chart. Is it clear? A chart summarizes everything. At a glance, you can understand what's happening. Aren't we already doing this? In databases, guys, when we create a report, when we create a query, if we can convert it into a report, but when you convert it into a report, users have to go, line by line, trying to understand what has happened. But if you convert that into a chart, at a glance, you can see what has been happening. Who is the best performing, worst performing, in the middle, okay? Can you guys go through this? A chart or a graph can help the user interpret numerical data more easily. And a diagram for illustration can help support an explanation of a complex process. Okay, everybody? Can everyone go through it? Okay. Okay, everybody. So we're talking about visual cues. And now we spoke about using of images and icons to convey a message, to tell what to do. Then, guys, we have another one called visual hierarchy. You know what a hierarchy is? From top to bottom, you can define what is the most important and what is the least important. Everybody okay with this? So can you guys read what visual hierarchy is, and then I'll give you a real life example. The sizing and placement of text, the size of your text and where you place your text is a key way in which visual information can be communicated. Now, when a person looks at your website, when a person looks at your app, when a person looks at your e-published publication, you can control their focus simply by the size of your font. Do you guys know that? Simply by the size of your font, you can control where they look. Shall we check and see? Check this out. Everybody, where's the example? Look at this, guys. Visual hierarchy. What do you think about this? You are obviously going to read what's big first. Even though this is right at the top, you're not going to look at it. You're going to first look at this. Then you're going to look at this. Then you're going to probably look at this. Then you will read this. And then you might at some point, you're going to come back over here. Example of visual hierarchy, where through the use of font sizes, you can control where the user moves his eyes. Everybody okay with this? Is it only through size? No, you can also use colors. You can also use placement, alignment. Okay. So everybody, can you look at this diagram now? You can control through size. Something bigger will obviously gain more attention than something small. Okay. Color. Okay. Through different colors also you can grab their attention. Through layout. Okay. The way you align things, also you can get the user's attention. Through spacing. Something very important will not be crowded by so many things. You get it? The buy now button will not be crowded by so many things. That will be kept alone, separately. Everybody okay with this? The subscribe now button will always be kept separately so that users can clearly see it. Okay? So visual hierarchy is where you can control the focus of the user by using size, color, layout, spacing. Are we good? Can you all read it now? Everyone read it below. We are all naturally drawn to larger text. Our eyes goes there first. Okay. That's why, guys, they will say, for example, buy one, get one free, or they'll say only 999. And in tiny letters, they'll say terms and conditions apply. Or, for example, very common supermarkets, what do they say? 40% off. And then in small letters, maximum discount 1,500. Isn't it? Okay. They want your attention. In a computer system, there are many ways that this may be used. For example, through buttons, links, okay? By establishing a hierarchy of visual elements, establishing a hierarchy of visual elements is important to guide users' attention and help them understand the relative importance of different components on the screen. Okay. Everybody can read it. I'll give you about 30 seconds. Visual hierarchy. Then guys, we have another one called responsive design. This is something we did in AS. You all remember? In AS, we did this when designing a web page. We spoke about ensuring that the web page that you design can be viewed on any type of device. It can be a desktop, it can be a tablet, it can be a smartphone. But in today's world, guys, developers are put with an even bigger challenge. What has come out now? Not now. Foldable phones. Imagine the difficulty now for developers. The moment the user opens a phone, the layout should change. The moment he closes the phone, the layout should change. Isn't it? So things are getting really complex. This is what you call responsive design. Okay. And there are certain apps that are not responsive. They work only on a particular device. They don't work on all sorts of devices. Are we all okay with this? Can you guys go through it? Responsive design basically means your product, your app, your website can be viewed on a variety of devices. Responsive design focuses on ensuring the interfaces are designed in such a way that the size and layout of elements adapt to the different screen sizes and resolutions. Okay. And then finally, guys, under visuals, we have something called visual feedback. Okay, audio, I'll be keeping it for next week. Visual feedback means what? You respond to the user through visuals. Everybody okay with it? So for example, certain systems, have you seen? Look at this example. What do you think about this example over here? This is an example of a visual feedback, right? You know exactly how much is done. Okay, you can see this is moving. Okay, you know progress is being made. Everybody okay with this? Okay. Something else I wanted to show. Okay. Anyway, certain websites, have you seen? As you're typing in your password, what does it say? Weak, medium, strong. As you're typing in the password, as you put more characters and symbols and numbers and all, from weak, it will become medium. From medium, it will become strong. Okay. And then when you submit it, they'll give a tick. Or for example, they'll say successfully submitted. Okay. They give you a visual feedback. They give a tick or they put a cross. Okay. So you know what's happening. Can you guys read that? Providing users with visual cues can help ensure a better user experience. The user knows what's happening. He can see it. For example, providing a tick next to a data entry box to show that the data meets the format requirements, or displaying progress indicators for a particular task. Like I showed you on the when you're copying a file, it shows you it's being copied. Okay. Think about Uber and Pick Me. Previously, guys, on Uber and Pick Me, when you order a taxi, you can't see the taxi moving. It'll just say driver is on the way. You get it? But they found that people were not sure the driver is actually on the way or not. So when you actually put the location of the driver and show that moving, then users are much more comfortable. Good, because we know what's happening. Okay? Helps the user interpret how a computer system is responding to their actions. Everybody okay with this? Sounds good. Think about when it comes to registering your fingerprint on your smartphone, what does it do? It will show kind of a map of a fingerprint, right? It will show this has been recorded, this has been recorded, this has been recorded. So even though you're putting your fingerprint again and again and again, you don't feel like the system is not working. You feel like it hasn't recorded this part. That's why it's asking me to put it again. It hasn't recorded that part. That's why it's asking me to put it again. You don't mind putting it even 100 times because you can see something happening on the screen. Everybody okay with this? Instead of it just saying try again, try again, try again, try again, it shows you what it has recorded. Okay. Right, everybody, with this, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to start doing some past paper questions. Okay. Can we first do topic 13, part 1, a few questions? Topic 13, part 1. Okay. Topic 13, part 1. Let's do 1 or 2 questions here, then let's do a few questions on normalization. Okay. Right. So we're going to move down to page number, topic 13, part 1. Part 1 over here, we have done question 1. Shall we have a look at question 2? Everybody, question 2, please. Another method of achieving virtualization is to use containers. Give 3 ways in which a container differs from a virtual machine. Start with the easy ones. More portable. Containers are more portable than virtual machines. As in, that's enough, but tell me what that means. It can run on any computing environment. Now, virtual machines, they are installed for a specific device only. They can run only on that particular device. Okay, right. So shall we talk about that? More portable than virtual machines. You can say containers offer more portability than virtual machines. You all know what this means, no? A container can run on many computers. Okay, while a virtual machine can run on a particular computer only. Next. What about load times? Who would take longer to load? You all know the reason, no? Because virtual, it has its own OS, so its file size would be larger. Exactly. Okay. Containers take a shorter time to load or take lower storage space than virtual machines. Containers take a shorter time to load than virtual machines. Then you can talk about the file size. Containers consume lesser storage space than virtual machines. And if you want, you can mention one more. Containers contain an application and all its settings and dependencies, while a virtual machine contains its own operating system. Okay. Containers take up less storage space than a virtual machine. Can I say this also? A container can contain only one. A container contains only one application. A virtual machine can have many applications running in it, isn't it? You can also mention that. A container contains only one application with all its dependencies and settings, while a virtual machine can have a variety of. Ikram, you don't have the tute with you. A virtual machine can have many applications inside it. I'm not going to do question 3 now. I'm going to do something different. Question 5, we'll see, The company's big data operations use a distributed system. Describe what is meant by the term distributed system. Try to use the same words the question has used, Vilu. What data are they talking about? Company's big data. So use those same words and give me the answer, Vilu. A distributed system is where the company's big data is stored across multiple servers which are located in different locations. Finished. Okay. You can say a distributed system is where a distributed system is where a distributed system is where the company's big data is stored across multiple servers distributed geographically, you can say, where the company's big data is stored across multiple servers which are located in various parts of the world. Okay. Right. Can we go to topic 12, part 3 then? Topic 12, part 3, everybody. If you don't have topic 12, then you need to remind me to give it to you, man. You have my number now? Can you drop me a message today to add you to the class group? Did they tell you all tomorrow is holiday? They don't need to tell you all. You all know it, right? From the calendar itself. Guys online, those who are anyone joining us from abroad, tomorrow is a holiday. Okay. So we will not be having class tomorrow. Okay. Right. We're going to move down to topic 12, part 3. Let's do one question from there. Then topic 12, part 2, we'll do one question. So topic 12, part 3. Let's have a look. Have we done everything? So in terms of big data, let's see what we can do. Essay type. Let's do these. Question 5, please, everybody. Question 5. A retailer uses a DBMS to manage employees, customers, orders, and deliveries. Okay. Uses a DBMS to manage employees, his customers, the orders, and their deliveries. The database is distributed across locations. Okay, so it's clearly using a distributed database management system. The distributed database management system uses data replication. Give 2 reasons for using data replication. For backup purposes, meaning to create a copy of data in multiple locations. Okay, haven't they already mentioned that somewhere here? The database is distributed, they have said. Reasons, the distributor uses, okay. We can mention one is for backup purposes. You're making copies of the data in multiple locations for backup purposes. Shall we start off with that? Okay. For backup purposes. For backup purposes. Right, something else? To load the data fast, how? Yeah, tell me the result. Tell me. Reducing traffic, right? That's how data loads faster, right? To distribute your traffic across multiple servers. Okay. To make distributing of traffic across multiple servers possible. Okay. Or you can say, guys, my wording is not good. Let's say like this. To reduce the access time by distributing the traffic across multiple servers. That's okay now? To reduce access time, we want to reduce the access time. We don't want to keep customers waiting for too long. To reduce access time, to reduce access time, to reduce access time to servers by distributing the traffic across multiple servers. Across multiple servers. Okay. One second, please. Right, we're going to keep moving. Okay. Drivers deliver orders to customers. The database has a customer table and an order table. Describe how the information needed to produce a delivery note for the driver can be generated from the database. Read it again. Drivers deliver orders to customers. You obviously have a driver table, you have a customer table, you have an order table. The database has a customer table and an order table. Describe how the information needed to produce a delivery note. Tell me, what would a delivery note contain? Order number, customer's details, customer's name, address, contact number, all that. Also, it might also mention the driver who's supposed to deliver this. This particular order is going to be handled by which driver? Order locate. We said that, no? Customer details, no? Huh? Ordered items. Okay, normally the driver doesn't need to know all that, no? Okay. So yeah, how do you get all this data? They're all in different tables now. So first, these tables need to be connected to each other using relationships. Then how do you get the data? By running queries and then converting those queries into reports. I didn't teach this to you all yet. You can convert your query into a report now. You can also convert your query into a chart now. You can also convert your query into labels. You know what are labels? On envelopes, we put labels now. Customer's first name, middle name, last name, address, telephone number. You get it? You can convert your query into labels as well. I never did that in the class, but it's possible. You all know what are labels, right? The query, every record in the query can become a label, and you can define envelope size or A4 paper size or whatever size you can define. Okay, so you can convert into a report, you can convert into a chart, you can convert into a label. Are we all okay with this? So how do we write this? Initially, these tables need to be connected to each other through relationships. Shall I get that down? Firstly, or initially, these tables should be connected to each other, through the use of relationships. Then the relevant details for a delivery note can be produced using a query. Okay. Then the relevant details required for a delivery note can be produced using a query This query can then be converted into labels. Okay. And as I know, guys, none of the past papers have ever asked you all to create labels, as far as I know. They have asked charts, they have asked reports. Labels I have never seen. The produced query can be converted into labels. Are you all okay with this? The produced query can be converted into labels. Okay, guys, I'm stopping there then. Okay, everybody, we meet again next Thursday. We continue from